Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into one of the most famous poems in English literature, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. If you are a student preparing for exams or just someone who loves poetry, this video is for you. Let's get started. So, in this video, I'm going to give you a little introduction about the poem first. So, introduction of this poem. The Road Not Taken is a famous poem by Robert Frost, published in 1916. It is often interpreted as a reflection on choices in life and their long-term consequences. The poem is written in four stanzas of 5 lines each, with a rhyme scheme of A-B. Well, for some of you, if you're confused or have no idea what is the rhyme scheme of A-B, that actually means that the first line, the first, third, and fourth will be in a rhyme, and the second line and the fifth line will be in the rhyme. Well, we'll understand about that later. So let's just start. Here's a summary and explanation of all four stanzas of the poem. So stanza 1 is here. As you can see, well, I'll read it to you. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. This is stanza 1, and what the writer or the speaker is trying to say. The poem begins with the speaker standing at a fork in the road in a forest with yellow leaves that indicates it's an autumn. He's conflicted because he can only choose one path and must leave the other behind. This represents the choices we face in life. Well, here is the stanza 2. And the second stanza, the poem goes as, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and unwanted wear. Though, as for that, the passion there had warned them really about the same. So, one thing you would notice that in this every stages, first line, third line, and the fourth line would be in a rhyme, and second line and the fifth line would be in the rhyme too. So what the speaker or the poet is trying to say in the second stanza is the speaker examines both paths while they appear similar. He chooses the second one, believing it might be slightly less troubled. This suggests that sometimes our decisions are based on small differences. Stanza 3 in the poem, it goes as, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on the way. I doubted if I should ever come back. In the third stanza, the poet realizes that both paths were, in fact, equally untrodden that morning. This contradicts his earlier thought that one was less troubled. emphasizing that our perceptions of choices can be unclear. Stanza 4 and the last stanza of the poem. It says, I shall be troubled this with the sight. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less troubled by, and that has made all the differences. As the explanation goes, for the stanza 4, the speaker predicts that in the future he will look back and say that his choice made all the difference. The sigh could be of satisfaction or regret, suggesting that every choice has lasting consequences. Well, these are the four stanzas and the explanation. Well, you can pause the video anytime you wish and read all the explanations. Now, let's talk a little bit about the themes of the poem. Well, it seems that there are about three types of theme in the poem on different stages. Theme 1 goes as choices and their impact. Life is full of decisions and we must choose without knowing where they will lead. The second theme in the poem is individuality and free will. The poem encourages making unique choices rather than following the crowd. Third theme of the poem is regret and reflection. The speaker acknowledges that he may wonder about the road he didn't take. So now I'm going to give a little introduction of the poet called Robert Frost. Robert Frost was born in 1874 and he died in 1963. Was one of the most celebrated American poets of the 20th century. He is known for his simple, deep poetry that often explores nature, rural life, and human emotions. His poems are written in traditional forms but contains deep philosophical meanings. He was born in San Francisco in America. Later he moved to New England, which influenced much of his poetry. He won 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry and is famous for works like Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Mending Wall, and The Road Not Taken. These works are actually some of the best work he has ever produced in his lifetime. One is called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Mending Wall, and The Road Not Taken. These all three poems are world famous and readers love them to read. Well, that was all for today. Hopefully this video helps you to achieve greater score and better understanding about the poem and the poet. Thank you. See you later.